What's going on, everybody? Wilson here, your spiritual hype man. Super happy to be back, and I hope you are doing well and having a great day and feeling fucking amazing. And if you're not, that's okay too. Just remember, it's the thoughts in our head. We got to figure out how to change those thoughts, maybe with a different prompt. Who loves you? We do. You do. I love myself sometimes, most of the time. I don't know. Do we? Yeah, different prompts. What can you be proud of? Who loves you? What did you do well? Those things, those emotions, change those thoughts so that way you can get out of that state. And sometimes it's easier than other times. And when it becomes hard, just do something physical, jumping jacks, push ups, sit ups, yell, scream, punching bag, music, dance, all that stuff. It's a beautiful thing to be a human being. And I think the more and more we remember this, the more and more we become it, like the thing, the beauty of it. I think the happier we become and the less fucking shit that happens, right? The less fucking shit. And so just to recap from the last couple of episodes, a couple of aha moments. You definitely should go back and listen to them if you haven't. But it is time. If time is all we have, who do we want to spend it with? These are the questions that we need to answer and then figure it out. Who do we want to spend it with? What do we want to do? Where do we want to do it? How do we want to do it? Obviously, the why is already there. The second thing was rushing to the end. Well, the second thing was really more alignment. Like, are you the individual? Like, what's deep down inside, and are you doing that? Like, are you doing the thing that you're called to do, or that internally or deep down inside you know that that's what you should be doing. And then the third thing was rushing to the end, right? Like I feel like when we're not present and when we're not holding ourselves at that level of like consciousness, are we rushing to get all of these things done? And the question's like, for what? Because at the end of the day, your battery's going to run out and it's not going to fucking matter. What is going to matter is at the end, right before you finish or your battery dies, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, fuck. Right. And so I guess that was so for this one, I have two things that I'd love to discuss with you and just, give you some aha moments as well, or some plethora of perspective. Um, one was oh fuck. So now I gotta be present. Well, one was oh shit. Oh yeah, your 9-year-old self. So like I'm sure you've heard it and I've heard it before on other socials and other platforms. But that was a huge aha moment to me as well. Patty and I were having a conversation, and Patty had asked me, or I believe I asked myself. I think I asked myself, and then I asked Patty. I asked myself, I said, if I were like, if my 90-year-old self was telling, like, looking back at me or talking to me and having the conversation, what would I say to myself? And the first thing that came to mind was, you should have been more confident. Yeah, that was the first thing that like I answered to myself, knowing I was 90 years old and looking back at my life and be like, you should have been more confident. And that kind of hit me, and it's still kind of I still feel it, and I'm like, wow, okay, well then that's what I got to work on as far as what that is. But what is confidence to me is the question that I need to answer for myself, right? Like, what does that mean to me, confidence? And then how do I continue to practice that for myself as far as not second questioning. And I think part of it is my intuition was the other thing that like my other aha moments. Like there's intuition for a reason. And again, I think that falls within the, do we align with, with the frequency understanding or the ethereal, the things that we may not see right in front of us, but we know there's some sort of connection or healing or feeling. Um, there's been plenty of times that I like my intuition has said, yeah, that has been correct, and also there's been plenty of times that I've felt the intuition and just acted against it. And I would say there's more times often than not that when I act against it or when I don't do what the intuition is telling me or like what I'm feeling, it works against me. Like it works against me. So it's like why do you continue to do so? Why do you continue to do so? So that's what my couple of things that I'm working on there is just the intuition, that, and then what was the last thing I just said? The last thing I just said was um fuck, what was it? Um Man, I just had a blank. I think it's because I was thinking about my chair like slowly moving down. Um, Okay, well, whatever. We'll continue with the intuition because that was the next thing that happened. It was definitely racing to the end, and then after racing to the end was what was it? Fuck. Hold on. All right, keeps going down. If you're not watching the video, I'm obviously I keep going down. All right, well, whatever. We'll keep going with it, and then I'll have to rewind it just to hear playback. Um, but again, these are just thoughts in my head and some aha moments. So for me, like it's working. Oh yeah, confidence in my 90-year-old self. There it is. See, boom, back in it again. Ginkgo biloba, right, or whatever that is. Um, 90-year-old self, confidence, working on confidence. Why am I not? What does that mean to me? And then intuition. I think for me, it's leaning into my intuition because more often than not, it works out when I do listen to it, and it doesn't work out when I don't. So that's the other thing. I don't know if that's something that's similar to you. You resonate to it, but there's a reason. I feel like there's a reason we have this calling. There's a reason we have these energies or these pulls. Whatever we decide. Look, if intuition wasn't real, oh, okay, well, I can't even say that. But if it wasn't something, it wouldn't be a fucking vocabulary word that we use to like describe something, right? So there's something there. Do we know everything about it? No. Um, but am I going to keep working on trusting it and letting it guide some of the things I do? And I think I'm absolutely yes. So that'll be what I'll continue to do working moving forward. If that resonates with you, I hope it does. I hope it's hits something because I know I've done it several times. I've done it throughout my life. And the crazy part is like I've I've like acknowledged it. Like I've seen it and I'm like, I felt it. I'm like, fuck, why didn't I do X? It was telling me to do X and I fucking didn't. It's kind of insane. So again, these are these cyclical situations that we can come back to and then start analyzing and really figuring out, okay, like as the individual, I'm going to get better at this and I'm going to keep it top of mind. So that way the next time it comes up, I make a different decision. Um, okay. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, if I remember, no, which I do, that's so funny, man. Um, the other thing, sort of people watching or understanding, and I always make this like reference of like I feel like all we are, not all we are, but most of what human society is, we're just like the Transformers. If you've seen the Transformers movies, they basically scan a car and then they become that car. And I feel like that's exactly what we are as like species, as like the human being. Like we're just like we're like a scan of what we other human beings have been in the past, like right, historically. So like one of my aha moments was just like going through towns, like right, we've been traveling and going through towns. It's like, man, nothing is fucking different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no difference whatsoever. There's a lawyer, there's an insurance agent, there's a real estate agent, there's a doctor, there's a veterinarian. Like, like name that type of individual outside of like technology beating it up and not having that person anymore, like a blacksmith. Like there's still blacksmiths out there but not as many, but you know what I mean, right? So like the thought was just like there's nothing different. Like there's like doesn't matter where you go, like society is the same. It's the same shit, right? Like here in the United States, I would assume like to a certain extent, like depending on the in the world, the demographics. And again, I think it's always connected to like financially, right? Because like you have societies that are like remote, right? Like some of these indigenous tribes that like you'll get killed if you go out there. So like there's a difference there. But for most of society, I feel like where we are as a whole, as a mass, like it's not really fucking different. You're gonna have people that do certain jobs. You're gonna have people that do certain jobs well. You're gonna have people that do certain jobs bad. There's gonna be transportation to get to places, food options, places to go if your body doesn't feel good, um mental shit, like same thing with like mental, all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's super like life is kind of simple, um very complicated if we like allow it to be. But the aha moment, I was like, man, fucking life is like no matter where you go, it's the same shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like obviously there'll be differences in terms of like how people drive, which then can be connected to like the like the overall feeling of that tribe in those areas, right? But it's there's nothing different. Like there's always going to be a gas station or an electrical outlet to plug in your car or something. You know what I mean? Like it was just an aha moment. And so for me, I think like it's more of just understanding that, which I think led to all these other thoughts, all these other thoughts that we've discussed here recently, as far as just life, time, not racing to the end, and understanding that at the end of the day, no matter where you fucking go, it's all going to be the same shit. So yeah, so I think right, and I think we've heard that before, and I've talked about it before. It doesn't matter where you go, it's all going to be the same thing. The only difference is you and your mental capacity and your awareness and your ability to be the human being that you are. Hope that helped. I hope it hit home. I hope you guys are ready for more and more of this. I will continue to create and I will continue to have other guests. I have one episode coming up. Well, I have a couple of other episodes coming up. Stay tuned. I appreciate you guys very much. And don't forget, nothing changes until you do. Peace.